Hello YouTube, this is the Truth Man channel. Giving you the truth. Sprinkle a little opinion in there every now and then, but mostly truth. I want to talk to you about 5 things I've learned on the fly about money. Remember, this channel talks about all subjects, and when we finally do go live, it'll be a question, answer, a comment, and I'll respond to your comments. But we'll be able to talk about anything. Ask me anything. Will be how we do it. But we can't do it until you guys begin to subscribe. I don't know if you're trying and it's getting blocked, because my stuff been getting blocked a little bit for 12 years. The 5 things I learned about money on the fly. Number 1, you ain't gonna get rich from no job. I've learned just from doing like let's say delivery. I ain't gonna say which ones on this channel, but gig economy. Many days it's just like having a business. Like, you are not limited as to how much you can make. How much you can make just depends on your customer and depends on the energy that you put in it. So I got another video where I talked about jobs, comparing them to business. And I talked about how my previous job, my most recent job, I made $22.14 per hour. And I compared that to if I sold something for $22.14. I even went into if I sold 3 units of something at $22.14. And the amount of money that you would make from a business standpoint comparatively to a job standpoint was very, very, very different. So that's number 1. Number 2 is money does not discriminate. Now, I know people talking about systematic racism, this, that, and the other, and yes, it could be some fraudulent activity in terms of the bigger lottery jackpots going to areas that are not highly populated by people of color. But money don't discriminate. It adds up the same. You save 1,000 10 times, you got 10,000. You save 10,000 10 times, you got 100,000. It don't matter if you black, white, Latino. If you get 10,000 10 times, you're gonna have 100,000. It don't matter. You could be a toad if you know how to work and sell. It'll work out for you. Sorry about that. I'm yarning and ready to go back to sleep. Number three. Debt doesn't really matter as much as how much money did you actually make. So look, people say, oh, you need to be out of debt, right? Right? Okay. If my debts are $7,000 a month and I'm making $16,000 a month, do you think my debts are going to affect me? No. If my debts are $2,000 a month and I'm making $4,500 a month, do you think my debts are going to be that much of a problem? No. No. I don't get the craze. Now, of course, if you debt free and you making $16,000 a month, you're gonna have a good time. But I think the key is just to keep your bills within a manageable limit, comparably to how much you make. Number four, um, toxic environments do affect your financial situation. Let me give you an example. Everybody thought when I left that job that I was just gonna just be struggling and this, that. Man, I ain't gonna go into too many details, but let's just say that money comes from different directions. It just depends on what you do and what you believe. A lot of people keeping jobs they hate, but you don't understand it. By doing that, show me a person who prospers doing that. Prosper meaning increasing. Like the amount you made last year is substantially greater this year. You ain't gonna be able to show me too many people that work in toxic environments that happens. If it's not toxic to them, yeah, they may prosper more. But the people who the environment is toxic to, they're not gonna prosper like that. And lastly, saving and investing, no matter what, will cause you to grow financially. See, I always heard go to college, get a good job, this, that, and the other. I didn't hear people talking about saving and investing. In fact, I get leery about people who tell me, "I'll go to college, get a good job," if they don't know about investing. Because with investing, your money works for you. With producing product that you can sell to the masses, your money works for you. With jobs, you work for your money. You're a slave to your money. You're a slave to a company for X amount of hours. You know what you're doing that same 8 to 10 hours, you could be producing all type of stuff that will constantly bring you money. See, a boss don't need a boss. If you a boss, you ain't gonna thrive with supervisor anyway. What if you smarter than them? What if you tougher than them? Mentally, spiritually. What if you have more wisdom than them? They're gonna be offended practically by everything you say and do. Trust me, I know. It's just something about in my own life. Well, I remember somebody said that about me, right? And the person that knew me a little better said to them, "Well, have you ever sat down and talked to him? I mean, how well do you know him?" Speechless. Person couldn't say anything. Because that's what it usually comes down to. See, if kind of watch what I say. When you work jobs, right? You have to accept whatever is there and whoever is there. You can't control who they hire. You can't control who they fire. So those are the 5 things. Many more, but those are it. Rewind the video. Go back to it. And while you're at it, hit the like button. Money is a school in and of itself that you should be learning at your whole entire life. That's why it's not that I don't care, but I'm not very quick to give money to people with signs and on the street. I'm just not. Because to me, most of them, from my observation as a prophet, my observation as a person with a person with intuition, is there's things they need to improve in their lives. A lot of them, they don't want to improve those things before they ask you for money. See, that's the problem with a lot of people. You have to see what's wrong with you and try to better yourself. There is right and wrong. There's a such thing as right and wrong. Wrong is whatever hurts you. Wrong is whatever takes from you and doesn't give positivity and positive things to you. It's wrong. Wrong is anything that deteriorates your body or your mental state. Wrong is anything that the Most High, the Bible, said is wrong. You don't have to believe it. But if you don't believe it, when you see me, do not hold your sign up. Don't ask me for nothing, because money is not what you need. You need to change. A lot of these women talking about, I want a high value man. I want a man to make 6 figures. Your kids will kill him probably. Your kids will be all in the safe, stealing his car keys. Are you high value? All I gotta do is look at your kids. Look at your kids. Are your kids good kids? Do your kids steal? Do your kids walk around starting trouble? Because some of this stuff is genetic. But anyway, I'm going to close with that. Just the truth, man. Like, share, and most importantly, subscribe so we can begin to interact more. You can pick my brain and you can see all of the wonderful wisdom that's in there. Everybody have a good day.